you like getting ready for school? Sitting up nice and straight. How about you? Hi guys, welcome back to our kitchen. It is our typical Saturday night of Zachary and I sitting in the kitchen and talking with you. And as usual, I have bombarded him with surprises he doesn't know are happening. So tonight he got roped into helping me show you one of our pantry restock hauls. And of course he was with me when I was doing the shopping, so he knows everything that I bought, but Zachary typically isn't really in the kitchen unless he's eating or doing one of these videos. So
we're fixing something.
We're fixing something. We got a new dishwasher. It was just put in tonight. So I'm excited about that. But he so graciously agreed to sit with me and do this little haul to show you some of the things that we are going to be restocking our pantry with come the end of the pantry challenge. And I'm going to cut to another thing that you need to see before we dig into this. I feel like I need to show you all of this first, just in case you haven't previously seen. So we like to keep it spiced, seasoned well in our family, in our cooking. This is my beautiful spice rack. This is a really narrow haul area, so it's kind of hard to get a good image of this. But Zachary built my whole spice area here, along with the cast iron storage that I have underneath. But I am showing you all of this to show you what we have recently made some purchases of in the thought process of refilling, restocking our pantry going forward, and of course always adding a few new things. So we are still currently in pantry challenge in February, but as I have mentioned a few times now in various videos, February is going to simultaneously be doing the pantry challenge but also restocking the pantry, and I'm bringing you along for all of it. So look, there's some of our hot sauce and our pepper vinegar. So let's get to the haul for today. All right, so let's get to it. We have quite a bit to go over here. That's apparently our dishwasher's new sound. That's interesting. Okay.
Dishes are done.
Dishes are done. Time to do another load. So we have quite a few things that we purchased. We recently visited Roller Seeds in the Lancaster area, and since we were well outside of our normal area and places that we can normally go, our thoughts are always, let's check out local thrift stores. Let's, you know, of course we want to go look at the seeds, and then what kind of like salvage or bulk kind of grocery stores were in the area that we could explore. And again, we're in the pantry challenge, so we're not consuming these things right now, but we couldn't miss the opportunity to get some of the things that we got.
Yeah, and bulk food stores, specifically in our area, I don't know if everybody has this option, but if you're in the Pennsylvania area, or kind of like a Mennonite or Amish community, which in New York and Ohio, Kentucky, I know they all have a community of Mennonites and Amish. But in our area, there's so many different Mennonite stores that are like bulk food stores.
Well, not like, specifically in our area, but in the vicinity of places that we travel to. I mean, yeah,
there's definitely some in our area, but it's more specified down toward the Lancaster area, especially. But which isn't too far of a drive for us.
It's worth the drive.
Yeah, I mean the prices for these bulk items are just so good. I mean, you can't beat them.
No.
And you can't buy this kind of stuff at the grocery store.
No. Not the like quality, how they're like the simple packaging, getting, you know, like the price for like per pound, per ounce, you know, like they typically win out every time. And I am like the bargain shopper. Like Zachary will tell you, if there's a deal, I'm going to find it. And I was really impressed with the prices at the store. And, you know, like for reference, like we're members of Costco, of Sam's Club. Like I buy in bulk, like a restaurant store. I mean, I look and compare my prices everywhere and look for the best deal. And 9 out of 10 times, the Amish or Mennonite kind of bulk goods, like the good stores, they are really like clear winners for like the things that we're going to show you that we purchased here.
I think this is kind of our version of like Azure Standard. Like
yes,
this is...
because I mean, no like shade to Azure Standard whatsoever. They definitely serve a very specific needed market, but for our area and what we have access to and the things that we're purchasing, I have price compared, and it didn't make sense for us to do it. Plus, like Pickup Point, which if you're not familiar with Azure, it's basically like a bulk buying, like co-op kind of operation. So you submit your order and you go meet somewhere at a coordinator's specified place, typically like a parking lot. You're getting your goods off of a tractor trailer, and they're like, it's like a drop shipment. They drop it, you pick it up, you leave. You've already paid for your goods ahead of time. So for us, there wasn't really like a local drop either. We would have had to travel quite a bit to get to it. And if I'm going to travel quite a bit to get to something, I'd rather like get to this where I can really, for me and our family's needs, get what I feel is our money's worth. But there are areas that don't have this kind of option, and we're aware of that too.
Right.
So just thought we would share with you our haul. I like watching grocery hauls. Zachary probably could care less. He likes eating the food. So we will share it with you. So should we start with my box?
Sure.
Do you want to move your box off to the side so you can have a little bit more room here? And this bad boy's heavy. So let me just grab a few things out and we'll go from there. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Okay. I'm curious to see what your descriptions are going to be of all of these things. Okay. So first up is, and well, we of course should mention, we purchased all of this stuff here from Centerville Bulk Foods. They are located at 3501B Scenic Road in Gordonville, PA. Which is just outside of Lancaster, right? It was super close to Orsees, maybe like 5-10 minutes from there. I don't know. We went to a few different places, but it is definitely convenient in that area if you're making a trip out of it. This is pretzel salt specifically. This is 1.80 pounds, and it was $1.49 for this big bag. You have not yet seen the delicious pretzels that Angelina makes. She typically makes a batch of soft pretzels with a big vat of beer cheese, and we all kind of like sit around and enjoy ourselves. It's real good. It's real good. We're trying to talk her into making it for Super Bowl.
I was gonna say, didn't she say something?
She was thinking about it, yes. So we'll keep you posted. She has some already in her personal baking cabinet here of things that she uses, but we wanted to, she doesn't even know we purchased this yet, so we wanted to make sure that we restock for her as well. So $1.49 for 1.8 pounds. That's awesome. Would you like to tell someone about something?
So this one I picked this one out. At the bulk food Mennonite stores, they usually have like every kind of flour that you could possibly want. I mean, names of flowers that I have absolutely no clue what they're for, how they originated, what they're from. I don't know. Like I literally have to Google each one to know what to use it for. But this one, I see this every time, and I see people baking with this, and I just...
Pasta.
Yeah,
pasta.
It just looks so gorgeous to me. Like I just want to use it for something. Like I just want to use it. I don't know what
I
want
to see him make this.
I don't know what I'm gonna make with it, but
I'll be sure to bring you all
I
on.
want to make something with this. But it's semolina flour, and it just looks so good. Like
this is most known for pasta, I believe.
Yeah, I saw that in the pasta you got that it was made out of semolina. But I know you can make bread and other things with it too.
Yeah.
So I've seen people make bread with this. So I'm interested in it.
So semolina, you forgot the most important part. So this was 4 pounds of flour for $5.05. That's, especially for semolina, that I feel that that's a very good price, and prices that we've seen. And we didn't buy, like a lot of flour per se at the store, like all-purpose flour or bread flour, coconut flour, almond flour. We didn't buy any of those things because we already have those things in our pantry and we have a good stock of them, or I know how I purchase them and where I get the best price. So those were not things that we needed to buy. If we did, they definitely had options there, but we stuck with Zachary's golden semolina flour.
Yeah.
I would literally like pay to watch you try to make some pasta with this.
I can make some pasta.
And not that Zachary's not a good cook, because he is a good cook. He's absolutely a good cook. But my place has always been in the kitchen. And it's always funny now when I do get to have Zachary make dinner or any meal. I always joke about the bomb that has gone off in our kitchen afterwards. And I'm a terror in the kitchen too. But it's always a fun time watching Zachary destroy the kitchen.
I actually used to cook professionally for a living back in the day. But I'm definitely out of practice. But I used to be able to like really come up with. I used to be able to cook like you do, like come up with recipes out of anything that I had. Like I was an ingredient cook. I could put together like combinations of flavors that were just so good. And I just remember those days. And like now when I try to cook, and I used to cook and my station would be immaculate. Like I was the cleanest cook in the kitchen for sure. And I knew where everything was. And now it's like, I don't know even where anything is in my own kitchen. And like, I'm like asking Sam as I'm cooking, where's this? Where's that? And it's rough. That's all I can say. It's just rough. I'm just out of practice. It makes me sad when I cook and frustrates me that I'm not as good as I used to be, but I do still put together some good stuff.
You still put together some amazing flavor combinations. Yeah. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, it makes me laugh that you are so out of practice. But I enjoy, cooking. Like, that's my love language, I can't help this. This absolutely reminds me. I listen to Roots and Refuge podcast, and they were recently talking, and I told Zachary about this. They were talking about like skills that you need to have going into homesteading. Like, what skills do you think are important? And their answers, I was laughing out loud to myself in the car as I was driving and listening to their podcast. Because their answers were along the lines of like hers was like kitchen skills and his was, like building and woodworking things. And their answers were so completely accurate to things that we would say. Like my skills have always been in the home, in the kitchen, baking, not so much, but like preserving and cooking, absolutely. Like I couldn't go outside and build a chicken coop. I mean, I could try. I would put something together. But I have the luxury of being able to not have to worry about those things and being able to hone in on my skills, where Zachary has the luxury of being able to hone in on the skills that he has that I don't have, and we ultimately complement each other. We're the yin and the yang.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, I mean, definitely I agree with the whole woodworking thing. I've built more items as far as woodworking goes.
Well, I mean, this right here.
Yeah, since we've been homesteading,
yeah.
I've built more woodwork items than I've ever built in the past. I mean,
off the top of my head, there's our kitchen island extension here that allows you to actually sit at our kitchen island, and the beautiful like burning effect that you did to this that seals it from any kind of like water or anything. Our spice rack. Our cast iron storage, full shelf area. Our outside canning, which you will all see in the summertime. All of my beautiful pantry shelves that he built. Desks for the girls when there was the lockdown and everyone had to do school online. Our chicken coop. And run area, which is beautiful and massive, which you will get to see. Am I forgetting? I mean, there's just so many things. The raised garden beds. There are so many things in our home that have been touched by Zachary's woodworking and building and creating that he does. So it is near and dear to my heart. My love language is food. Zachary's love language is building and creating. But we got like way off topic here.
This is talking about bulk food items.
Welcome to what our life is really like. We get off on tangents. So to get back into it, we have here pot pie squares. These are going to be utilized for, and we have made this in the past. This was just a nice little convenience purchase to make like chicken pot pie, one of Zachary's favorites. This is 1.69 pounds, and it was a total of $5.75, which is a really good price for this type of pasta square. And typically you don't find these in like a normal grocery store. I don't know that I've ever really seen pot pie squares anywhere.
No, I don't think so.
Besides like a bulk store like this. So there's those. And you're up again, sir.
Next we have instant non-fat dry milk. So when I was younger, my grandmother always used to have a box of dry milk, and she would make dry milk, and she had this special, it was like an opaque white container that she had it in her fridge, and it had a little spout on it. I've never seen a container like it since then. But it was one of those old school, like Tupperware looking containers. And she used to always have some milk in her fridge, and then me and my brother would come over and we'd be like, Grandma, can we have some milk? And she'd be like, yeah, we can make some milk. So we would get the dry milk out of the box and make some milk. And it had this distinct flavor. I'll never forget the flavor of it. But I guess you use it in a lot of baking items, right?
And bread. Yeah.
Yeah, so the other day I was like, a recipe called for dry milk, and she went over and pulled it out. I'm like, what, you just keep that?
He was so like mind blown. He's like, you just have this on hand in our house all the time?
But yeah, so 1 pound for $5.22. So
I mean, I honestly don't know the price breakdown of dry milk, but that seemed like a big package to me at that price. I haven't bought any for a while because it lasts us pretty long, but I thought all of these prices were beyond reasonable. Moving on to our food grade sea salt. This was a pretty big package. Now, most of the time I use more like the rock style of the pink sea salt, the Himalayan sea salt.
Which they also had there.
Yes, they did have that there too, but I have a pretty good stock of that, so I wasn't concerned with getting that. But when you use the pink sea salt, if you're using it for pickling or anything, it does kind of discolor your brine or your fluid that you're creating. So that's why I was looking to get some of the just white sea salt. And this was 54 cents a pound, so this was 5.72 pounds for $3.09. And I thought that was a good deal. So we got that.
Yeah, definitely. They did have, like I said, they had the Himalayan sea salt, which was a little more expensive. I think it was like $15 for 5 pounds or something, which, I mean, is still, I think, a good price.
Yeah, that's still
you
a good
pay
price.
like a couple bucks just for the small one at the store.
Yeah.
So, but it's a good idea if you have this kind of option to get a refillable salt and pepper grinder. Don't just buy the store-bought ones. You can buy the refillable ones where you can do them manually by hand, or you can also get the ones that are rechargeable and you just press the button, which I'm sure you've seen Sam use multiple times in the kitchen.
Yes, we have a couple styles, and these actually I just filled, and we need batteries for these. So these are battery operated. It's a salt and pepper grinder, and then we have these, which I need to refill. I actually need to recharge them. So, but I did this as an experiment to see how long the charge lasts, and it basically lasts just about a fill. So that was pretty good. These are just a push button on the top, and they grind. And I like these so much because oftentimes, especially if I'm cooking, chopping a lot, my hands begin to hurt. And I can't do then the grind, and I like my thumbs. So we found these. And it's just a push button, so it's very nice, especially like if you're arthritic or if you have any pains in your joints, to not have to do that
Still get that flavor in your dishes.
Yes, because there's nothing like fresh ground pepper.
Yeah, I mean, after we started using like whole peppercorns and chunk salt, I would never go back to regular table salt and regular like fine ground black pepper.
No, it's a completely different flavor.
Yeah, I would never want to ever go back to that. The flavor is just so much better when you get fresh ground salt.
Well, any type of spice or herb that you're freshly grinding is going to have a more of a strong, pungent flavor than one that sat there.
And then at these bulk food stores, they also have different varieties of the peppercorn. So I think we actually have some to show you, but we'll get into that. But that's a nice little thing. You can do like a mix and match and create your own blend. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
I think so.
Alright, so next up we have homemade pie crust mix. So, I mean, this just looks good. I mean, this is almost ready to put together. What do you just need? Some milk?
This was just really like a convenience purchase, but this is from Bartville Bake Shop in Christiana, PA. And it is homemade pie dough mix. And I thought this was a nice combination of fresh but also convenience to have on the shelf, to know that, and it gives you the recipe here, how much you use to make a pie. Theirs is actually to make 4 pies, the recipe's here, but you can break it down. So I was excited for this, but it also does tell you on the back how to do a crumb with this.
Shoe fly pie.
For shoe fly pie, one of Zachary's favorites.
Yes. Pennsylvania Dutch thing. Never had shoe fly pie? Come to Pennsylvania, go to a farmer's market, get a wet bottom shoe fly pie. You'll thank me.
And
good.
And I don't like shoe fly pie at all.
We're done. We're so done.
I don't like shoe fly pie at all, and Zachary loves it. So he doesn't have to worry about me eating any of it if I buy it for him. But it's on my list of things to conquer and make better than any that he's had from the store. We'll see.
Yeah, my grandmother has tried multiple times to make a shoe fly pie like the ones that me and my brother like, and she has not succeeded. I think she's 10 pies in or something. It's a tough one.
Oh. Here we have medium egg noodles. Oh, did we talk about how much that was?
No.
Okay, so that the homemade pie crust mix, it is 5.38 pounds, and it was a total of $11.89. So that was a decent, that was more of a luxurious kind of purchase, but still a decent price. Here we have medium egg noodles. These are fabulous in, what would you say? I know what I'd say.
Honestly, I'm not a fan of egg noodles.
Okay, well, Polishki. If you've ever heard of Polishki.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we're gonna eat them, I would eat them in that.
Yeah, that's what I typically put them in. Well, Polishki. So Polishki is a pasta dish with cabbage, butter. Sometimes if you do like onions or garlic, and you just kind of like fry it, and it's good. It's a comfort food. So there's this was $6.53 for 2.59 pounds. That was a good deal. So are we moving on to our next box?
Next box.
We're running out of space here on the island.
Dump them all out or what?
Yeah, I think so. Let's go for it. See what comes out, as long as we don't break anything. There's a lot in there. It's a good haul.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
All right. So first up, we have whole caraway seeds. So we got these for our rye bread. If you didn't know what gives rye bread that distinct smell and taste is the caraway seeds. So
Yeah, it has nothing to do with rye.
right. So definitely need those for authentic rye bread.
You gotta tell them the price, because that's the big deal with these. I was going through this spice aisle like, oh, I can't believe that's right. Let's put that in the car.
Yep. So this is 0.16 pounds for 83 cents.
So this is $5.20 a pound.
Right.
These two are taco seasoning. I do our own taco seasoning blend as well, but I was interested to have just like, you know, ready to go on the shelf as well. I bought 2 packs of these, and if you see in our spice rack, you see that most all of my spices are stored in mason jars or a jar of some sort that I use and refill. It keeps our spices much more fresh, and all of our excess gets stored in our pantry in the basement. So these were $3.52 a pound. Each of these was $1.20. So $2.40. I mean, you can't buy taco seasoning packets at the store for $1.20, I don't think. I mean, it's been such a long time since I've done anything like that, but this seemed like a great price to me.
Alright, here, like I was talking about earlier, are these whole black peppercorns. So these are just regular black peppercorns. I believe they have white peppercorns, they had mixed peppercorns. I think we picked up Szechuan peppercorns at the farm show.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll probably mix, you know, the ones that we have together to give it a distinct, you know, intricate mix. But these were 0.17 pound for 98 cents. So at the store, peppercorns are so expensive, like crazy expensive.
I mean, you wouldn't have been able to get a quarter of that for 98 cents at the regular grocery store.
Peppercorns specifically, you gotta buy them at these bulk food stores because you'll save so much money, and they have such a variety of peppercorns. If you have a farmer's market, they often have spice stands. That's another spot to pick them up.
Yeah.
So if you have either of those options in your area, don't buy peppercorns at your big box stores. Buy them at the farmer's market or a bulk food store.
Yeah, and it's a small business too. You're supporting a small business.
So.
I feel like as we were traveling and going to different stores, both of us have become kind of hard to impress. And it's not that, you know, things that and deals that we see are terrible. It's just that we have gone to so many stores of this variety, and specifically seeking out, you know, better deals and better variety, quality, all of these things for our family. Even when we travel, like when we go camping with our family during the summer, no matter where we are, we try and seek out some kind of store along these lines. Like I said, like we always check out thrift, we always check out like salvage or bulk stores. And so with seeing all of these different stores over time, it's harder and harder to impress us. And to be like, oh, that's such a good deal, or, you know, this is a different variety that we haven't seen. But they definitely, they packed a punch with the good deals here and with the variety.
Yep.
So with peppercorns in mind, here are mixed peppercorns. So this is a variety of black pepper, white pepper, green pepper, and pink peppercorns. And this whole pack here, 0.17 pounds, was $2.31. I can't buy mixed peppercorns anywhere for $2.31. So this was a great deal, and we just refill our grinders with this, and also if like canning during the summer, just throwing the whole peppercorns into a pickling item.
Right. So here we have a honey mustard and onion powder. So this sounds real good for something. I don't know
Pretzels.
what.
Angelina's pretzels. We were interrupted by a herd of wild children looking for snacks. Oh, here's one.
Can't you even hear it?
All right, I don't even know how to like regather my thoughts. Oh, the honey mustard powder. The honey mustard onion powder.
Yeah, so she said for pretzels, so that sounds good.
Yeah. And she just confirmed she's making pretzels for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so you could dust the pretzels in this, or you could probably make a dip as well.
Ooh, that would be good, yeah.
So, I mean, we love honey mustard. So.
Yeah, we pay like a ridiculous amount for a small bag of flavored honey mustard pretzels. So this will be
looking forward to trying that out.
And then we have lemon pepper. We use a lot of lemon pepper seasoning. This was $1.80 for this package. It's a quarter of a pound. Again, these prices are unreal. There's that. You're up again.
Alright, so next up we got natural garlic and herb seasoning. So another staple in our kitchen, garlic and herbs. You put that pretty much.
Oh, that's good on like air fryer potatoes, on salmon. I put it in a lot of
Yeah, you can
dishes.
put this pretty much on anything. So
Yep.
this was almost a quarter a pound for $1.84.
And I just found another lemon pepper. This one is just under a quarter a pound. This was $1.65. So we're gonna plop that there. These two are garlic chips, sliced garlic chips, dried. They are, this one's 0.18 pound and this one's 0.22 pounds, $8.75 for a pound. This is $1.58 and $1.93. I plan on actually trying to use this, well, Angelina could use this definitely on her like focaccia bread that she makes, and it would be delicious, but I want to put some of this in honey. We have purchased honey before that had dried garlic in it, and it was really good. I used it in a lot of like savory but sweet kind of finishing of dishes, so this is going to be utilized for that.
Up next we have a orange citrus peel granulated. So you could use this for a number of things. Some fish, some ham.
Yeah, Angelina just we this is something that we have already on our shelf. And Angelina just used this the other day on her focaccia that she made.
Oh.
She used some citrus peel.
Yeah, so definitely a good amount of uses for this. This is 0.11 pounds for 83 cents.
83 cents. I couldn't buy the container for 83 cents.
Here, I don't know, I kind of like flowing between atheist things.
Here we have sea salt and vinegar powder. You want to try and make our own homemade potato chips, and we've traveled somewhere where they called them like razorback, I think, razorback potatoes. It was like a spiral cut, but the whole thing was turned into like a big potato chip. And salt and vinegar is one of our favorite kind of flavors for that, so we are going to try and make our own. This is 0.23 pounds for $1.18.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Mm-hmm. I actually do have on our shelf, I think it's a Pampered Chef seasoning blend of salt and vinegar, and I can tell you it was not $1.18.
Alright, so we have a dill pickle flavored seasoning here. So, I can definitely see putting this in our tuna salad.
Oh yeah, that would be good there.
If we didn't have a lot of fresh dill. One of the things that we love to put in our tuna salad is fresh dill from the garden, and lots of it. So, when we don't have fresh dill,
we do have dried dill that we dry from our own garden, and that was good. But it doesn't replace fresh.
No. But dill pickle flavored seasoning. I can also see this on chicken. So like if you've ever had the chicken from Chick-fil-A, it has that pickle flavor, and I'm always talking about it. I'm like, what do they do to make this pickle flavor? And
that would be good in the breading too, like if you're doing like a fried breaded chicken.
But they actually soak their chicken in pickle juice, and that's where it gives that flavor, and that's like the perfect flavor for chicken, so definitely good on some chicken.
Well, I was also thinking about this. Zachary likes a fried pickle pizza from a local Italian restaurant, and I was thinking about trying to do actually like fried pickles and put this in the breading to give it a real good kick of that dill.
Yeah, but 0.15 pounds for 77 cents there.
Then we have minced garlic. I use this a lot in dishes. I use this in pickling too, like just putting the minced garlic in. This was 0.44 pounds for $4.89. Nice big pack. And I have purchased garlic like this in other stores, and it is a lot more expensive than this was per pound.
Alright, we have diced jalapeno peppers here. So we can use these for a number of things. Spicing up some meat sauce or some pasta dishes, some fish, chicken.
I was thinking even like pepper poppers, if you really wanted to give it like a real spicy kick to it. Or you could use this in like a pepper popper dip.
Yeah.
So if you're doing like a cream cheese kind of hot dip or cold dip even, mix that in to give it a nice kick.
Yeah, put it on some pizza, some fish, pretty much anything.
Yeah. I do have another taco seasoning here, so I did end up getting 3 of these. This one's 0.35 pounds, $1.23. And then I have here some Italian seasoning. These were in a bag. This is 0.37 pounds for $2.05 and 0.3 pounds for $2.11. It has a per pound price of $5.55, which is again really good. Their blend consists of oregano, basil, rosemary, thyme, sage, parsley, marjoram, and that's a great just, you know, seasonal kind of blend is Italian seasoning. So good deal there.
Next up we have a straight honey mustard powder. So again, good on pretzels, possibly make a dip out of this. Chicken, I mean.
Oh yeah, chicken, for sure. I could do like a variety of my like ranch chicken, but with that.
I think even adding this to like some chili would be good.
Yeah, a little mustardy kick, never hurt. Pecan meal. So this is basically super fine crushed pecans or pecans, however you say it. I had purchased this with the intention of making a dessert called kiffles, like a pecan kiffle, or even it's called a nut tossy, I believe is like the correct term for it, but it's like a little pastry shell with a sweet nut filling that I would make with this. And I've actually never seen pecan meal in any of the other stores, so I was intrigued by this because I hate taking the time to crush the nuts so fine and getting it just to the right consistency. This was 0.7 pounds and it was $3.49.
Alright, up next, this one's kind of interesting. This is a hickory smoked salt. So I'm kind of interested to use
Smoked
this.
salt, yeah.
I mean, you could use this on any type of meat, you know, chicken, beef, fish, anything you want to
Give it a
some
little
hickory.
smoke flavor.
Yeah, definitely could probably go with some barbecue chicken, barbecue ribs, or something.
I even
like
thought
that.
about like a jerky, making a jerky
Oh yeah.
with this as part of your marinade or
Yeah, for sure.
rub.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So 0.17 pounds for $1.29.
I have another caraway seed here. This is 0.16 pounds and this was 83 cents. And then we have a natural Greek seasoning. We do have a Greek seasoning that we love. I was just looking at trying out something from the bulk store because the one that we purchased is a little bit more expensive, we'll say that. It's 0.23 pounds. It was $1.36. I love this on chicken for gyros, and the whole family likes it. So this is an experiment trying the bulk version.
Here we have some chopped onion. This is 0.76 pounds for $4.33. Use this for a lot of things, you know, soups.
If you ever get any fast food, like if you go to McDonald's and you get a burger and it has onions on it, that's like, this is the kind of onion that they use. It's the rehydrated onion. It's called like the magic onion. Or if you ever like in school had got onions on a, that's the kind of onions that they're using. It's just a dried onion that they rehydrate. But this, I typically use this most if I just need like a touch of onion in a sauce or something that I'm making and I don't feel like chopping up a whole onion, or like I said, in pickling a lot, mixing this in the pickling brine to get some flavor.
Next up we have a bag of mustard seeds, almost a full pound for $2.70. So use this a lot in canning and pickling.
And I actually want to try and make some of our own ground
Mustard
fresh
powder.
mustard.
Yeah, definitely.
Basil leaves. This was 0.24 pounds for $2.73. I always like to have basil on hand. Nice touch on pretty much any Italian dish that you're making. You know, on fresh tomatoes, a little bit of basil, drizzle of balsamic glaze. Real good.
One thing that we picked up to try, and with the intent of maybe canning it in the future, was
Replicating it ourselves.
Onion relish. We do can onion jam.
Onion jam.
And caramelized
onions.
But onion relish, this one's chopped up fine, and
So this is more like a pickled item,
right.
like you think of like cord relish or pickled relish or any of those kind of like slightly pickled.
Yeah, so this
vinegary.
one is probably going to be slightly sweet with a little bit of a vinegar kick. It's got bell peppers, vinegar, sugar, salt, hot pepper flakes. So.
Yeah, I'm really interested to try this. I think that this would be good on like grilled sausage, or you know those hot dogs that you enjoy camping. It'd be good on a fire roasted hot dog. So just something to try. Like our pantry is filled with variety, and it's always good to add something new. And then we have some Mrs. Wage's dill pickle mix of all of the pickles that I have made. And this is a quick process pickle mix. So this is more of a refrigerator pickle mix. This has been the favorite of anything that I had tried to make myself. So even though this isn't quite from scratch and it comes out of a packet, it's still not store-bought pickles. So I'll take that as a win. But this year I am taking on the pickles. So.
I mean, I thought your pickles were the best pickles that I've had. I mean, not everybody else felt that way, but I definitely did.
Well, Well, I appreciate it. So I think Zachary did pretty good. He surprised me with a few of his things that he would use us for. So, but thank you as always for joining us in our kitchen. We're so thrilled that you're here with us, and we are still blown away by how many new people have joined us on our journey, and we love to hear in the comments all of your feedback. Let us know if there was anything that you had like a question about, or if you have a favorite bulk store in your area, or if you know one like in Pennsylvania that you think we should go check out, or even like surrounding states we like to travel. Let us know, and we'll see you next time, unless you have anything else. No? All right. Well, there's a herd of wild children in the other room that have been kind of noisy, and a herd of our crazy dogs that are telling us it's time to go to bed. So that's it for us. We'll see you next time, guys.
See you next time, guys.
Okay, here's another small little haul. Little, when I say little, I mean 28 pounds of pasta. So there is a store close to us that sells like return bent things, and we purchased a dishwasher there since large family, we go through dishwashers. So we while there saw that they have some of this stuff. We got some honey citron and mango tea, which is really good when you have a cold or just to enjoy cool. This was $8. These items normally sell at Costco, and I have looked up and compared at Costco. A 6-pack is $12.50. So I ended up getting an additional 5% off of all of this. So I got 28 pounds of pasta for less than $28. And this is organic, made in Italy, and one of our favorite pastas. So you have 3 types of pasta here, and we have 28 pounds. So we are restocking that pantry of ours. See you next time.